this,
this, these, and 20mm more of this.
That's what differentiates this i20 Active from the standard i20 Supermini. A slightly jacked up ride, some protective side mouldings dotted around, and some other rough and ready features as well. And Hyundai actually claims that 50% of the Active's exterior is totally unique to the i20 Supermini. But why release a slightly more robust looking version of the i20? Well, it's actually aimed to appeal at those who've been won over by the crossover craze. Something that's seen the likes of the Renault Capture, the Ford EcoSport, and of course, the Nissan Juke multiply like wildfire on our roads. So Hyundai's train of thought was, Supermini-based crossovers have been selling well, let's release one ourselves. Fair enough, really. Now, elephant in the room time. There's just one trim available with the i20 Active, and it comes with this small screen with a blue text readout. Now, this system is actually very easy to use, very functional, but with an increase in emphasis on style and younger drivers with crossovers, the omission of a touchscreen is a big deal, especially when you consider that the i20 Supermini is available with a touchscreen. But aside from all that, there is plenty of kit on offer. You get Bluetooth, DAB radio, aircon, cruise control, and you even get rear parking sensors. And build quality wise, yeah, the i20 Active's pretty solid. You get a good mixture of materials as well. One thing worth considering though is that just like many other Hyundais, the interior is quite dark, and that might put a few people off. But from a comfort point of view, something that I've noticed, aside to the seating position, which is very comfortable, you've actually got loads of legroom for the driver, which is great, especially for long motorway stints. And you also get two handy cup holders in the middle and door bins big enough to fit a bottle. The i20 is definitely on the right side of the practicality scale. There's plenty of legroom and plenty of headroom to make passengers comfortable. And yeah, it's a Supermini. I mean, it's not mega spacious, but there's no obvious negatives. The boot mimics the i20 Supermini with 326 litres with the seats up and 1,042 litres with the seats down, which by Supermini standards and small SUV standards is brilliant. After hearing about the increased ground clearance and the Fiat Panda 4x4-esque cladding on the outside, you might think, okay, let's see what the i20 Active's like off-road. Yeah, you don't want to do that. The i20 Active is not about that. I mean, by all means, take it off-road, but yeah, you'll get stuck. And just like the standard Supermini, the Active is great when it comes to city and urban driving. I mean, the steering's nice and light and the ride's really comfortable. But just like its Supermini brother, it's not particularly exciting or engaging to drive. The Active comes available with just one engine as well, which is a 3-cylinder 1-litre turbocharged petrol, producing 99 brake horsepower, and this comes mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox. Now, this engine has enough power, 0 to 60 in 10.5 seconds, but you might find yourself bunny hopping, at least at first, when changing gear. And I know 3 cylinders are supposed to be raspy, but this one is particularly vocal. But don't misinterpret this. The i20 Active is by no means a bad car. It manages to blend SUV and Supermini DNA together really well, and compared to big players like the EcoSport, the Juke, the Capture, the 2008, yeah, it really does stand up. It's just not as fun as the class-leading Mazda CX-3. MPG wise, you're looking at between 35 to 40 miles per gallon if you thrash it, but if you spend a lot of time on the motorway, then you can get around 50 miles per gallon. But what about price? Well, if you're an i20 fan looking for a bit of SUV pizzazz, then this model is going to cost you an additional £5,230 over the standard i20 model. Now, over 15 grand, this does make the Active quite pricey, more than a lot of its competition, which starts between £14,000 and £15,000. But you do get a 5-year warranty with Hyundai, bettered only by Kia and its colossal 7-year warranty. Due to the vast competition, the best way to make a splash in the crossover segment is by offering something a bit different. And the i20 Active doesn't really do that. But that's not to say it doesn't accomplish what it sets out to do, and although it's slightly pricier than some of its rivals, that extra cash does get you some kit enhancements. The i20's main issue really is that the Mazda CX-3 has come along and set a new benchmark for fun factor behind the wheel. And that's not just a concern for the i20 Active, that's a concern for any manufacturer looking to release a competitive crossover. What do you think of the i20 Active? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the inquire button to find out more details about this car, or for any other models, visit carkeys.co.uk. And to watch more reviews, click one of the links on screen now.